Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to do a service for my brother's Kia Proceed because it hasn't seen any fresh oil in a very long time and it's actually overdue since 2 months, so we're going to do it today. The oil that we will be using today is from Castrol Edge. It's the 5W30. It's the specification M because it also works for Kia engines, the petrol engines of Kia. And I want to use it because this vehicle has always seen 5W30 oil and I have had good experiences with it, so I want to use it in this engine as well and see if it works as well. And also we'll be using an oil filter from the company Ridex because I've had good experiences with it and it fits, so yeah. So we're underneath the car now and it seems to me as if we first have to get rid of this plastic cover in order to get to the actual oil pan and the oil filter. So we will get rid of this first and then we'll see. So these are just a couple of plastic bits. You just need a prying tool to kind of pry it off. Sorry, it's difficult to show. And then it just kind of pops out like that. There's 3 of these, I think. Oh no, there's another one. Another one. And then I think there's a couple of 10 millimeters that we have to take off. A couple, not all of them. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4? No, 3, 4, 5. 5 10 mils, or 8, I think 10. Is dat zo gisteren?
Is er rein oder raus?
Is er eens van thuis?
Kommt nicht locker, oder?
And this one too. So you can see it's kind of this plastic cover. I think it's also rock cover against rocks and stuff. So these are just all 10 millimeters apart from these that are plastic covers, little plastic things. I don't know what to call them. Okay. So if you have this plastic cover, it's just 5 of these 10 millimeter bolts and 4 of these plastic plugs. They're very easy to remove. So now you can really see this is just the oil drain plug and the oil filter. So that'll be easy to take off. The actual oil drain bolt is a 17 millimeter. So since this is the first time my brother has ever done an oil change, he will be taking out the drain plug and we'll see how he does.
Then. So. Ist der immer so fest?
It's a little bit difficult to get off, so we're trying another method. Now I'm trying a torque wrench. This is really difficult to get off.
Kan je onderdoen? Ja, zo hij zijn. Ik heb nog gezien hoe hij beweegt. Ja. Nu.
There we go. So the design of this oil pan is just as on the Mini, because we can't get the last bit of the oil out, especially because we only have the top or the front of the Kia high up, so the last bit will be stuck in there. Okay, so the oil is empty, and to make sure we don't forget about this, we're going to immediately put back the drain plug. You're supposed to replace that washer, but we're not going to because we don't have it. Hallo.
Nou, kom maar. Die laat nou aan de keer. Hoe vast moet ik hem maken?
We checked again on Google, and apparently the torque spec for the oil drain plug is somewhere between 34 and 44 Newton meters, so that's what we're going to apply.
Past.
Nice. Next up, the filter. Luckily it's a part that we're changing, so otherwise it would be very squishy. Because it's going to get some.
Het gaat ekelhaft af. Ja. Moet ik hem vinnig weghalen?
Nee, geht niet. En dan niet omdraaien, want het is... Oh.
Hallo. Oh nee.
Oké, ga. Vinnig.
Ja, ik doen.
Okay. There we go. Time to place the new one. This is what the new oil filter looks like. It's from the company Ridex, as I said earlier. Should be fine. Doesn't really matter so much. The torque spec is not very high. It's like 15 Newton meters apparently, which is about hand tight. So just do that nice and hand tight. Very good. And this is what it looks like now. According to the instructions, we're supposed to use for the petrol engine, the 1.6T GDI, we're supposed to use 4.5 liters of this specification, which is a 5W30. So 4.5 liters. And now comes the fun part. Just taking the cover off to make it easy and accessible. Okay, so the good part about using this engine oil is that on the side it shows you how much oil is left. So if I move this a bit, you can see where, maybe, nope, you can't see. But eventually you will be able to tell that the oil goes down, and we will just be filling it up until there's only half a liter left. But for now we're going to fill it up until there's only 1 liter left. Because we think there's still some oil left in the oil catch can. We just use the glass to put some of the oil from the canister in, because otherwise we don't have a funnel, unfortunately. So we don't want to mess up everything, that's why. And now we're just going to put in the rest up until it's only 1 liter full, and then we'll check how much oil is in there and see how much more we have to add. Going to put this back on now. We'll just put this back in again.
Nee, verder hier naartoe.
Put it in 1000.
Ja. Zo.
So if you look at these, you can see they're kind of a screw, but with this plastic part in the middle. So how they tighten is when you push this in, that's how the inner part spreads out, and that's why it tightens out. So to put them in, you have to have these plugged out and then just push them in and push the inside in. So we just installed the plastic cover again on the bottom side just for the rocks. We're just going to drive the car off of the ramps now to check the oil level, and then probably add some more oil, I think, and then that'll be all. Okay, now we're just going to check the engine oil. So now first wipe it off, obviously. Seems to be here, so it does appear to be full. So I don't know. I kind of want to wait to see if it's really full. Because we have only put in, I think, about 4 liters of oil, so that should be half a liter missing. Ich weiß nicht, was die haben. Was schaut die sich an gerade? Was ist hier los mit dem? Ehrlich wahr, Mann. Okay, so the reason the engine oil seems to be full is probably because it's not yet running through the filter. So what we're going to do is just run the engine a little bit and then later on check again to see if it's really full or not. I think it'll go down. Once the oil filter is filled with oil, we can see the true value of how much oil there is.
Lekker!
If you want to reset the service on the computer itself, obviously go to information where it says that the service is due. You can get there using the top button, and then once you're there, just click this button until it's reset. That's all. So it's really, really simple, and it'll look like this then. The line appears to be still at F, so full, and we think that it's just because the oil catch can was still full of oil because of the design of what it looks like. We couldn't get out all of the oil, and that appears to be half a liter of oil. So the design-wise, it's really because we just couldn't get out all of the old oil. But I guess that's how it is. Yeah.
Cool.
That was all. Thank you for watching. Now there's just going to be one little edit of the Kia because it's a nice car. See you next time.